Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will talk about base model MacBooks or any other Apple device. On November 10, 2020, Apple brought revolutionary differences to its computers with the M1. All other Apple-loving users, including me, immediately queued up to buy computers with this processor. But day by day, a question began to form in people's minds. How suitable is this computer for me? Everyone who asked this question gradually started to sell their Mac computers and turn to different alternatives, or repurchase and turn to higher versions of the Mac. Now let's start our video. Apple devices are generally known for their superior quality and performance, but sometimes the base models of these products cannot give exactly what is expected. Many people turn to base model MacBooks because the price is more affordable. But is this really wise? Today we'll look at why a base model MacBook may cause you to regret it in the long run. If you are thinking about buying a MacBook or any other Apple device, keep watching this video. The performance offered by base model Macs can often be adequate for everyday tasks, texting, social media, and YouTube videos. But when it comes to more demanding tasks like graphic design, video editing, or programming, these devices fall short. Low RAM and insufficient processing power can cause your device to slow down quickly. On top of that, when you open many tabs in the browser or run several apps at a time, you realize that system resources are quickly depleted. Another big problem is storage space. Base model Macs usually come with the storage, like 256 GB. This is a big obstacle, especially for users who work with large files. Photos, videos, programs, and even system updates can quickly fill up this space. It is possible that you will have to use an external disk, which means additional costs. But this is not the main problem. The problem is the storage space. In the graph I show, I want you to examine the difference between the 256 GB storage and 512 GB storage of the M2 MacBook Air. As shown in these graphs, I want to point out that 256 GB versions have lower write and read speeds than 512 GB versions. The reason for this is that Apple uses one 256 SSD chip for 256 GB, and this is due to the fact that there are dual SSD chips in the 256 GB version in M1 processors. This small feature reduces the storage speed by almost half, as you can see in the examples. It seems that M1 base 256 GB SSD is much faster than M2 base SSD. They have solved this feature for devices with M3 processor. Now with M3's 256 GB versions come with dual chip restricted features. When you buy a base model Mac, it offers much less feature than the top model. For example, MacBook Air 2 offers Thunderbolt USB 4 ports, single screen supports up to 6K externally, but the top model comes with the multi-monitor support and higher speed SSD. RAM insufficiency. The base model of Mac computers come with the 8 GB of RAM, but how much is enough? As Apple says, they argue that 8 GB RAM on Mac is better than 16 GB RAM on Windows computers. But this claim is partially wrong according to research. I say partially because it proves that Apple's own applications and Windows work much faster than their own applications. But when it comes to other applications, Premiere Pro, Photoshop, Lightroom, the results are too low to be underestimated.
There until Lightroom finished, and that took 4 minutes and 1 second compared to the original 1 minute and 47 seconds.
Which Mac is best for you? If you watched the video and now you should ask yourself the question, what am I going to buy a Mac for? Will I do graphic design, for video editing, or will I just love Mac and buy a Mac that I can use in common with my phone and other devices? I can give the answer to all this as follows. The Mac you can buy for graphic design should be at least 16GB with silicon processor, and 256GB SSD will be enough, because you will not able to use enough capacity and you will create an unnecessary cost. The Mac you can buy for video editing should be at least 16GB with silicon processor and 512GB SSD, because you should prevent programs and encountering the rainbow cursor while editing your videos, and you don't want the video to hang while browsing the timeline. If you love Mac and want to use it, and you can also be interested in the course, this 8GB and 128 or 256GB version with Intel or silicon processor will definitely be enough for you. 128GB SSD is available in those with Intel processors. The lowest 256GB SSD can be selected in the base model with M1. Since it does not require a lot of processing power, the base model is the most logical one for you and will be suitable for your budget. And thank you for watching the video. I am trying to shoot new videos for you on my channel. Your support is very important to me in this process. If you have any questions, I would like to read and answer your questions in the comments section.